Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and today I thought I would do more on my thoughts and views for the betterment of our society. Now, today I thought I would talk about worker treatment because over the last year or so, one of the big things they've been trying to push is, oh, we can't get workers. No one wants to work anymore. No one wants to work for unlivable wages anymore. They'll work, but you gotta pay them because as much as I would love for us to live in the Star Trek universe dreamed up by Gene Roddenberry, where we have passed the idea of capitalist societies. We do things now for the betterment of mankind. Unfortunately, we as a society still depend on the capitalist model for existence in a good portion of society. So, while it is in this model, I have to remind people want to work in something that they can make a living at, they can survive on, not just barely exist, but survive. Not just exist, not just barely exist. Survive. And I've tried to point this out several times. I've mentioned it on my own social media when I see people trying to post, oh, nobody wants to work anymore. I'm like, nobody wants to work for basically unsurvivable wages and conditions. I mean, my goodness, at the end of the George W. Bush presidency, he finally said, all right, we're going to raise the minimum wage. That's how we get to where we are now, 7.15, through a two-part scallop. And yet, it has been so long since we've had that raise, but prices and cost keep going up. We can't survive at 7.15. You may go, oh, these burger joints and fast food and grocery stores, they're summer jobs, they're kid jobs. You know how many people are adult that have to work those because they can't find anything else? So no, they're not just kid jobs, first jobs. That is ridiculous on its face to even say. Um, they've been pushing for a long time for $15 as a minimum wage. Many people have. But honestly, it needs to be much higher than that. We should be about at a $25 minimum floor. That's not exaggerating. We should be at a floor of about $25 per hour. And I hear many people cry, well, these, you know, small businesses, these franchisees, they can't pay that. That's why I believe we should do things to help them. They should be getting they should be the ones getting the subsidies from the government to help them survive as a business. If you're a franchisee, the franchise should be paying you to help you stay in business. But honestly, we should be at about $25 an hour, period. And I hear many people go, well, that's unreasonable. You know, first jobs paying so much. What about other people? A rising tide lifts all boats. You pay more people at the bottom, those above them will be like, why should I have to work here when I can make just as much there? And the bosses will go, we'll give you raises, we'll increase what you have as benefits if they don't want to lose the workers. So again, rising tide lifts all boats. It's simple. It's not a difficult thing to imagine. You pay people something they can survive on, benefits they can survive on. And then when the bottom has that, everyone else, to keep them where they're at, higher paying jobs will have to pay higher to keep them in check. The government should subsidize small businesses instead of these other corporations. We were still hearing of these corporations trying to ask for subsidies during the pandemic and everything. And it's pure, unadulterated greed. Pay people and they will work. If a company wants to move elsewhere, instead of paying the workers here, let them move. But if they still think they can insource, tariff their goods. You can sell to the consumers here. We're just going to put a tax on your goods, on your businesses. You know, you decided you didn't want to pay the money to workers, the taxes of the US. So you can move. But if you still want to sell your items here, we're going to put a tariff tax on you. So you're not going to get away either way. But yeah. And benefits. It's a shame that we even have to call these benefits. I think I've already stated how I feel about healthcare, that it should be single payer for everyone. You shouldn't have to purchase insurance. There is no guaranteed paid maternity leave, paid family leave. You know, there's a lot of these things that need to be made federal law. But unfortunately, it's still at the whims of the company to use as the carrot and stick approach. It's really disappointing. And that's why I've moved more and more left on the economic scale. I lean more in a socialist direction now because the more I've seen over capitalism in the last 40 years of life, the less I like it. And I lean more in the betterment of the people as a whole. But socialism, communism are still dirty words, so to speak, in America. And to even bring up taxes on the rich and businesses to try to help everybody is considered illogical, just all and out crazy, by some. There is a mindset that has to be fought, and we're struggling to fight here in America. Well, if I can, but yeah, there's a lot of things that should be taken care of as federal laws, guaranteed, paid maternity, family leave, single payer health care, um, free community college. I would even say free public universities. If a private university wants to still charge you tuition, that's their prerogative because they are private universities. But public universities should be no cost. If you're a university of a city or a university of a state or part of a state, you should be of no cost to the citizens. But yeah, I'm going off in a bit of a directional tangent there. I really see the need. Let me do some math with you here. 7.25 times 40 for 40 hours per week equates to $290 a week. That's not that much. I mean, really think about it. 290 times 52 for the 52 weeks gives us a yearly average before taxes of $15,080. That's the current US minimum wage of $7.25. It's not sustainable. That is without a doubt. Now, if we do $15 times 40, $600 a week. 600 times 52 equals $31,200 a year before taxes. Better, but that just puts you barely above the poverty line. I think the poverty line in the U.S. is minimum. I'm thinking it's 30,000. Poverty line. Again, I think it's 30 or 35,000, so you're still on the edge. Okay. 2021 poverty guidelines for the 48 contiguous U.S. states and the District of Columbia. So this discounts Hawaii and Alaska. If there is one person in the household, poverty is considered 12,880. Two people, 17,420. So five people. Let's say if the husband or the wife, it's a married couple, let's say with 3 kids, that'd be 5 people in the household. With only one working person, that would still barely carry you over poverty, because for 5 people it's considered 31,040 for poverty. If it was $15 an hour, 31,200. So you're still barely over the poverty mark. Now, let's take a look at what I recommend, the $25. That would be $1,000 a week. Back, there we go. Times 52. That's 52,000. 52,000 a year. That way, if you had one working adult, their spouse, partner, and then several kids, if you had up to 8 people in the household, it would still keep you above the poverty line. That's why I'm saying $25 is what we should be up to. 25. It's not unrealistic at all. And yet we're still here at 7.25. Let me go back down through the information here. 7.25 puts us at $15,080. $15,080. A single adult, if they're working at minimum wage, 40 hours a week, 52 weeks a year, the poverty edge of poverty for one person is 12,880. If they have a kid, single parent, suddenly it raises to 17,420. So again, we need to be well above that. $15 took us to 31,200. Again, better, but still far from where we need to be. I think we needed to be at about $25 an hour. Period. Suddenly, we could see a resurgence of the 1950s society. We'd have families with money, one working adult in the household, so the other adult could stay home with the children or with parents and take care of the home, everything like that. But that's not what employers and businesses and the rich want. They want to make more money. They don't care about us. So yeah, it it just irritates me because there is simple. I mean, it's not difficult to understand. Pay people, they want to come work. If you pay them their worth. I'd love to get into talk about the use of unions as well, as because I think that should be nationalized, that we have a unionized workforce, you know, countrywide. Right now, I'm just talking about pay and benefits. It needs to be $25 an hour plus benefits. But I've rambled on a long time here. I'm sorry for going on so long, but it's something I really had to get off my chest. Um, as always, educate thyself, think, read, study, learn. Someone tries to tell you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources. I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, later.